Hi, it's Rika Star Rose. I would love to get out of the car and do a typical video like I've been doing. I don't know why I'm not doing that. I probably will. There is a lot of not a lot of cars. There's kind of like more cars than I usually see over here. So it's like there's a car. It's like some kind of weird, like there's a car on every end of like where I'm at. So, and I'm in a weird energy. I don't really know how to describe it. I feel like I've been lacking sleep for the past like 3 days at least. And I don't know. I just feel like I'm in a really weird energy. I did keep my word in terms of making a video on Sunday, but it's like the content was really good. I'm like really happy with the content part of it. I really liked the conversation. There was just things about it that just ultimately made me not publish it. I spent a lot of time editing it, and there was a lot of things that happened. Just like it was windy. The equipment was just not staying in place. The mic that I finally used worked at first when I tested it, and then it stopped working, and then I think it started like working at some point again. So it was just really weird, but the content still turned out pretty well. There's just a lot going on with the video. I might end up still publishing at some point. I'm bummed to not publish it because I think it was really good in the content aspect of it. So I just you know, for the sake of consistency, I'm making it a funny point to say that I do want to do a 30-day no caffeine challenge. And I mean that actually, but I'm just mentioning it on purpose because I mention it like all the time. So I'll let you know when that happens. I think I've been over caffeinating lately, and I think that it's doing something, definitely affecting my nervous system. It's definitely affecting my ability to make decisions. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. That might not mean anything to some people, and that's totally cool. But I still want to talk about like the holidays in general, because like when I say holidays, I feel like I'm really talking about like the big holiday, like we're talking Christmas, you know, that kind of thing. But I really have fun with New Year's. Like I really have fun in terms of intention setting and really making it about just focusing on what kind of things, like goals, what kinds of things I want to see unravel for that year, for the year. And if I'm to look back at this past year, I definitely did make a lot of changes. I did do a lot of things. I did put a lot of things in motion, as I did last year, as I did last year. I did last year and this year. I really love the way that this year started, and I love the way that it progressed. There's still absolutely things that I'm working through, but there's been a lot of progression that's been really profound. So I think that's definitely more than worth noting. As a matter of fact, that's something really cool I think I'll mention in this video right now is take time to like write down the achievements. And maybe that's not the word you want. Maybe when you think of achievement, you think of, I don't know, maybe it's just a generic sounding word. Write down the things that you have accomplished in the year. Like maybe start doing that now. No, maybe do it. Start doing that now. Review this year in review right now. What are all the things that you've accomplished? Big and little. Like it doesn't have to be like these groundbreaking things, because the little things, again, with going back to Atomic Habits, it's like the little things build up over time and create these massive changes, and they happen over time. So what are some small things? Like for me, I think something very like not exciting at all to talk about with people, not something exciting at all for people that people would think is like super thrilling or anything, is that, let me take another sip. I've been cleaning out my storage unit, and it was because I made that commitment to myself to do that on a very regular basis. So every single weekend I take 2 totes or more, and now I'm pretty much out of totes. So now I just have other things that I'm trying to sort of like make equivalent to totes. And it'll be cleaned out like soon. So that is a huge accomplishment for me. Very boring probably sounding, but if you consider how our possessions can really possess us. They can really weigh us down, possess us in various ways. I'm not going to get like a weird conversation about possession, but I'm going to say being around my old stuff affects my energy in a huge way. I mean, it like is, I feel weird. I feel drained. Sometimes I feel sad. It's just, and it's not even about like looking through specific things and memories. It's just the energy that sits in this stuff. It affects me every time I move it around. So going through, like cleaning that out of the storage unit, and then go, because I have also gotten rid of some things. So cleaning out the storage unit and then also getting rid of some of those things is like a big deal. And I think that's going to have like much more profound effects on my reality as time progresses. So it'll be cool to see, when you create an opening in your life by getting rid of like things that don't serve you, like your material objects that are just like sitting around collecting dust and probably negatively impacting your emotional well-being. You don't realize how our things affect our emotions. They get that energy, like it infiltrates your whole aura, your whole energy field. So I don't know, it's really, it's it becomes a boring task, which is funny because like the last video I made from this past Sunday, I mentioned that like I had to go, kept my commitment to myself to go to the storage unit, and I wasn't in the mood to do it at all, but that's the reason it's getting done. It's like despite the fact that I'm not in the mood to do it, there's all kinds of activity going on, and I still might get outside. I don't want to like have this kind of thing like deter me from what I'm doing, but at the same time that is loud, so it'd be kind of silly to try to do a video outside while there's that kind of thing going on, and they're stopped like right behind me. So anyway, last weekend I did just mention that I think I discussed split energy again because I made an extension on that idea with I might have to come back because I feel like I'm very easily distractible right now. Like I'm in a state where I'm like, I feel very tired. Just caffeinating myself on top of like actual fatigue, which is not healthy. I don't recommend that to absolutely anybody, which is why I keep talking about the fact that I'm going to take a break from caffeine. But I wanted to mention, like I mentioned in the last video that I didn't publish about how my channel is very law of attraction inspired. And for anybody who's watched Abraham Hicks' teachings and understands or knows about the 16, and again, I didn't even look it up since I said I was going to look it up. I'm certain it's the 16-second thing. Practice visualizing something that you want for 16 seconds. The idea is to work up to 64 seconds. So you would start 16 seconds and you would go 32 seconds. Like you do 16 seconds of this visualization a whole bunch of times until you work up with an uninterrupted, because again, this gets back to split energy. Uninterrupted, you can actually have the thought and enjoy the thought without it being interrupted with some kind of resistant thought. And the idea is to do that first for 16 seconds and then work up to 32 and then ultimately to 64, because that's very powerful. It's very potent to reach 64 seconds of uninterrupted visualization. And I can tap, there's a lot of the stuff that I'm watching, YouTubers that I watch discuss these types of things. I'm very for law of attraction information, and I'm very inspired by it. It goes, ultimately everything is all about your intentions. Your intentions are the most important thing. So it's like, get back to your intentions about why you want something. So if you want a house, if you want a nice house, why do you want the nice house? Do you want it because you want to try to show off to people that you have a big, nice house, and that's the entire reason you want the house? And does that feel like it's connected? Is there a high energy connected to that idea? Is that empty? Do you want the house because you want to have more space and you want to be able to, cook dinner and eat dinner with your family and have more room to, for everybody to be comfortable? And you know what I mean? Like there's different reasons for wanting things. And I think getting in touch with your reasons for things, really affects the ability to attract it into your life. Because if it's an empty goal, it's going to be hard to attract into your life. And if you do attract it into your life, it's probably not going to end up being what you wanted. I'm saying probably politely. If it's an empty goal, you can still attract it, but it's not going to, if it's anything that's ego-based, it's not going to turn out the way that you want it. If it's an ego-based goal, it's not going to turn out the way that you want it. Okay, just wanted to reiterate that. I had to repeat that several times because of and then my hand is in the shot. Because I just have to keep switching angles. It's the sun's shining, and depending on where it's shining, my face, you won't be able to see my face. So I would still like to do a video outside, because it actually is pretty nice out. It's sunny. I'm trying to scope the scene. There's a truck that's in the spot that I normally like to be in. I don't own the rights to this area, so I do like to when I swing the camera over, I like to show the pretty water. It's pretty. So I'll see if I do that. I still want to get out of the car. It's kind of weird. It's really weird, the amount of cars and where they're located. It's just the whole place seems to be surrounded in this weird, I don't know. It just looks really weird. The way there's a car on every kind of corner of where I'm at. It's strange to me. So that's making me a little bit uncomfortable. I mean, I've done the videos outside several times now. People, as you see, are jogging by. There's people in front of me biking by. There's people passing by. It's I'm used to it. But so yeah, Thanksgiving is going to be low key. I do celebrate it typically. I guess I do celebrate it, but I do have a lot of opinions about the holidays, I guess. Sometimes I love them and sometimes I'm not. It's I don't know. I was going to say positive, but I like it to be a choice-based situation. It's kind of something that just happens, and at the end of the day, these holidays are really have them be the meaning that you want them to have. I think a lot of people like the holidays because it's the time that their family gets together. Should their family get together more often than that? Maybe, but it could be difficult, understandably. So I don't know. There's goods and bads. But I do want to talk more about split energy and visualization. Trying to not have resistant thoughts while you're visualizing. And getting up to 64 seconds of pure, uninterrupted visualization, and the level to which that is very, very powerful and potent, which is the same thing, but I just wanted to emphasize it twice with two different words. So this is Rika Star Rose. I really am dying to get out of this car. Like, I want to do the video outside of the car. Somebody just pulled up next to me now, so there's just people all over the place. I mean, I guess it's gonna happen. It's the holidays. Well, here's a train. So I think I'm gonna end here. I might do another one outside. I might do one in the morning tomorrow, like very early outside. That would be something new. But I just wanted to make a quick video. So have a wonderful holiday or a wonderful Thursday, and see you soon.